Guys, check out this scene. Aaron Judge is back on the injured list, hitting the ball like a monster, but right field remains forbidden territory for him. And to top it off, Camilo Doval, the pitcher who came to dominate the bullpen, has given us moment attention straight out of a suspense movie, turning every walk into an almost guaranteed run. It's like watching two superstars on opposite sides of a roller coaster. You know the potential is there, but the thrill and the danger hit you at every turn. Shall we check out these two news stories together? News number 1. Aaron Judge is back on the injured list, hitting like a beast. But guess what? He still hasn't stepped onto right field. That's right. The team's biggest hitter is putting on a show only as a designated hitter, while the outfield remains practically off limits. You can't help but laugh at the strategic situation. Every game, you sit there watching him hit, running the bases, but looking at the field and thinking, when is he actually going to play defense again? It's one of those moments that leaves any fan confused, like watching a blockbuster movie with half the scene censored. Since his return, Judge has played 19 games as DH and maintained averages of .200/.373/.385. Not bad, considering he still deals with a strain in his right flexor. Every solid hit makes you feel like he's getting back into rhythm, but the absence in right field weighs heavily, and it's no small thing. Giancarlo Stanton has taken over right field, but it's not a simple fix. Stanton also has injury problems. Can't play every day, and every appearance in the field requires extreme caution. Boone is in charge, despite still playing at a high level superstars without blowing up the team. And honestly, it's almost surreal to watch this tactical dance unfold. The most absurd part is that Boone insists there's no direct connection between Judge's injury and the decision to keep him as DH. This was probably a problem, Boone said, but he emphasized that it's something that needs constant management and is a matter of time. In other words, Judge could return to right field at any moment, but no one knows exactly when, and meanwhile, everyone is holding their breath. It's like a scene from a suspense movie, where you know the climax is coming but have no idea when it will explode. Meanwhile, the Yankees' offense still depends on Judge and Stanton together to reach its full potential. Until then, the team is playing it safe, adjusting lineups, avoiding risks, and we're just watching, analyzing every play, every tactical decision, every scheduled day of rest. It's surreal to think that one of the league's greatest hitters is partially restricted and still manages to make a difference with every swing. Boone seems to be balancing a complicated equation of talent, injuries, and rest time, and the tension it creates is almost palpable. And it doesn't stop there. Every game becomes scenario analysis. Every decision is discussed, debated, and meme-worthy. MLB is literally turning into a reality show. You look out onto the field and wonder if the team is testing the players' physical limits or just playing tactical chess that the fans can't fully follow. When Judge returns to right field, the combination with Stanton will be nearly unbeatable, and the Yankees' offense will finally have the firepower everyone expected since the start of the season. But until then, every day is an exercise in patience. Every game is full of suspense, and every Judge swing as DH keeps the fans on their toes, hoping everything stays under control. I swear, following the Yankees these days is practically a sport on its own. You don't even need to leave the house. Just sit, watch, and analyze every detail, every movement, every strategy. The anticipation around Judge's return to right field is enormous, and the combination with Stanton promises to transform a team when it finally happens. Until then, we just enjoy the suspense, comment on every bizarre play, every day off, every physical test, and have fun with a tension that seems never-ending. News number 2. Today, the drama in the Yankees bullpen is straight out of suspense series. Camilo Doval arrived with all the hype, traded in a deal that sent Tristan Vreeling, Jesus Rodriguez, Parks Harbor, and Carlos de la Rosa to another team. The expectation was simple: a dominant pitcher capable of making any hitter sweat, with sliders and cutters that seem impossible to hit. But the reality, my friends, so far has been very different. Doval debuted with enthusiasm, and had been on the Yankees' radar for some time. But the first signs were mixed. His ERA stands at 5.79 in 9.1 innings pitched, giving up 6 earned runs. The strikeouts show up, but that BB/9 of 6.75 has haunted him multiple times, hurting his consistency. In other words, the arsenal looks deadly, but the accuracy sometimes fails, and the team feels it. Against the Washington Nationals, he finally showed something close to what was expected. Riley Adams was the first victim of the night, struck out on a third strike slider. Dylan Cruz was eliminated on a flyout, and Brady House was quickly sent back to the bench after only 4 pitches. That was the kind of performance the fans were hoping for when the Yankees decided to acquire him. Short, fast, and efficient. But you can't ignore his recent history. The previous game against Boston was more unstable, allowing 2 hits, though he still struck out 2 and didn't give up any walks. Here's the detail. The 2 consecutive scoreless innings against the Nationals represent a significant improvement. Before that, in 4 of his last 5 games, Doval gave up 5 earned runs in only 3.2 innings pitched, despite still playing at a high level, but still allowed 5 walks. It's like watching a race car pick up speed, but constantly braking unexpectedly. You know he has the power, but the delivery is not consistent. Aaron Boone commented on Doval's performance recently, and his assessment is clear. He expects to see a more efficient version of the pitcher. I thought he filled the strike zone very well. Cutter was electric, mixed with the sinker and some very good sliders. The last 2 pitches were excellent. Even the last one, where they removed a few runners. I really thought he was in the strike zone. He was efficient. If that continues, he will be successful. In other words, Boone still believes in the guy's potential, and fans are hoping he finally shows the full power that justified his acquisition. And truly, Doval's arsenal is impressive when he gets it right. Against the Nationals, 5 of the night's fastest pitches were his, with an average speed of 99.4 miles per hour, 1 mph above his annual average. That's the kind of pitch you want in your bullpen, the kind that gives any hitter chills. But as always, the problem is consistency and walks. Doval is excellent at strikeouts, but his 13% walk rate ranks in the 3rd percentile in MLB. When he puts runners on base, it's almost automatic that they score. In 20 games where he allowed walks, runners scored 10 times. That's concerning because it turns any small mistake into runs you didn't want to see. So, the summary of the situation is this. Doval has elite potential. The arsenal is there, the velocity is there, but the problem is the details. Consistency is key, and so far he's showing flashes of excellence mixed with moments that remind us why the bullpen still causes concern. The Yankees, on the other hand, continue to trust his talent, trying to balance risk and reward. And the fans? Well, the fans are in that mix of hope and frustration that only baseball can provide. I swear, watching Doval is like watching a psychological thriller. You know the potential is there, you want to see the spectacle, but every walk or unplanned runner keeps your heart in your throat. When he finally manages to control the walks, the Yankees' bullpen could become nearly unbeatable. Until then, we stay glued to the action, hoping the next strikeout is the one that proves all the hype right. So that's it. Guys, subscribe, leave a like, and stay tuned, because with the Yankees, drama, tension, and surreal performances continue to be part of everyday life. We're together in this. And let's see if Doval finally delivers what everyone was expecting.